Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back here once again. Welcome back to Big Mike Talks, where today I'm giving you my predictions for this coming Friday's Against All Odds presented by Impact Wrestling. Now, yes, it's going to be on a Friday, so no SmackDown or Rampage review. I do apologize for that. I will try my best to cover everything else for Saturday's show. But for now, I'm going to give you my predictions for Against All Odds. And we start off with an interesting little match, a 6-man tag, and it is booked here as an Ohio street fight, which will be very interesting in a minute. Side 1, you have the Design, which is Deaner, Khan, and Angels, taking on the reunited Ohio versus Everyone stable. You got Sami Callihan, Jake Crist, who just returned at Under Siege, and the returning Madman Fulton. Now, I will say the Design in these types of matches have been on a very big losing streak, and considering this match is named for OVE, I think they're going to take the victory. But then I think post-match, we're finally going to see Deaner snap on his new wards. And then maybe find some replacements. Because I think the Design could use a refresh. Now, this match I don't think has been officially announced yet. But it is here on Wikipedia. So I'm going to give my predictions for it. It's a tag team match, playa. Teaming up challenger and champion for Slammiversary, that's Trinity and Deonna Purrazzo, as they are taking on Giselle Shaw and Savannah Evans. Now, like I said, Trinity and Deonna have a match all but scheduled for Slammiversary, so I think they are going to pick up the win. Then post-match, something happens. And I am not sure what. We have our first championship match of the evening, as the Digital Media Championship is on the line as Joe Hendry defends against Dirty Dango. Yes, we did have this match at Under Siege. It ended via a low blow by Dango, but I think Hendry is going to come up with a strategy against it, and ultimately I think he's going to win this battle. Because I don't think he's ready to relinquish the Digital Media title yet. Next up, a singles match and a bit of a grudge match coming up. We got Eddie Edwards versus Frankie Kazarian. Eddie has been proclaiming himself locker room leader, but Frankie has been saying, I don't like the way you run things. You're not a real leader. You're a tyrant. So this match is going to be a little bit interesting. And as much as I love Kaz, I think Eddie Edwards deserves a bit more of this win, build him back up a little bit for something in the future. Next up, our next title match, as the ABC, that's Ace Austin and Chris Bay, defend their tag team titles against the Good Hands, Jason Hook and John Silver. This match is a result of the Under Siege match between Ace and Bay and Subculture, where Subculture promised when they won the tag titles on the night, first man up would be the Good Hands. Well, now Ace and Bay still have the titles, and I guess they're taking up this match. And as much as I like the Good Hands, and as much as a factor Brian Myers will be ringside, I think Ace and Bay retain these tag team titles. Because they're just on a roll, and they're a really good team at the moment. Next up, a very interesting stipulation match. You have Killer Kelly versus Masha Slamovich, finally in their first official match against second. I think they had one couple months ago before Under Siege, in which Masha won a little, not exactly the cleanest, and they've been brawling backstage against one another for weeks now. And it set up this interesting match. It's a dog collar match. Now, normally dog collar matches is, you hit each corner and then you get the win. There's also a version where you pin or submit your opponent, you get the win. I think Impact is going to go with the latter. And I think at least 2 women. I like both these women. I hope for nothing but the future. I think Killer Kelly gets the win here. And then maybe we see something more between these two in the future. Because I like this feud. It's been honestly really fun to watch. Next up, as a result of their of the sneaky tactics by champion Trey Miguel, getting another shot at the X Division title, it's Chris Sabin. Trey Miguel at Under Siege had to use the spray can in the eyes to pick up a victory. So as much as I would like to see Chris Sabin champion again, I think Trey Miguel is going to pick up this victory here, and then maybe in the future we see someone else dethrone Trey. Now, next up is a very, very interesting matchup. It is an 8-for-1 match to determine the number 1 contender for the Impact World title for Slammiversary. And we got some pretty decent names in here. Well, let me explain the rules first. Rules starts out 8-man tag, where the winning team then goes on to face each other in a fatal 4-way, and the winner of that gets the shot at Slammiversary. So here are the sides, and it's a very interesting mixed bag. You got Bully Ray, Jonathan Gresham, Heath Slater, and Nick Aldis, and they take on Mike Bailey, Moose, PCO, and Rich Swann. I think the biggest match you can get right now, I think the team of Bully Ray, Gresham, Heath, and Nick Aldis win the tag team match, and then I think Aldis wins the 4-way. I think that's an interesting way to do it, and then, I think Nick Aldis at Slammiversary as a challenger feels pretty big. And Fine Alamo, our main event of the evening for the Impact World Heavyweight title. You got Steve Maclin against Alex Shelley. At Under Siege, Alex Shelley won a 6-pack challenge match. And this is his title shot. I don't see Steve Maclin losing this title anytime really soon. I think at most you might see him lose at Slammiversary, which could be fun. I think Steve Maclin retains here. And then we get to see Steve Maclin versus Nick Aldis at Slammiversary, which honestly sounds like fun. Alright, that is it for me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit of a different length of video. I will still be covering Raw. NWA Power was ultimately just a recap show for the Crockett Cup, so I will not be covering it. And then that just leaves AEW tonight, which should be a fun one. And then Saturday, I will be covering Impact Wrestling, MLW, and then Ring of Honor. So that should be a fun one. I hope you guys stay tuned. And happy wrestling, everybody. Peace.